Hey friends, welcome back. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. For those of you who are new and don't know us, welcome. I'm Mark. I'm a certified health coach, and this is Teresa. She's a board certified family nurse practitioner. We're with Total Health and Wellness, and we like to talk about hormones, metabolic health, and everything in between.
Yes.
So tonight, Teresa is actually going to talk to you guys about a case study she has. So we'll go over that. But first, wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what we're actually having tonight. So tonight we're doing steak, eggs, and Teresa's crustless pepperoni pizza. Nothing screams perfect match as pizza and steak. So yeah, we're doing that. But anyway, so hopefully you guys can see this pretty good. So I have a New York strip here. Teresa's actually going to be having fillets, and on top of that strip, what Teresa likes to do is marinate this in avocado oil, and then also put something like a Jane's Crazy seasoning or a carnivore seasoning on it before we cook it. Now I did grill these steaks in a pan on a propane grill tonight. I didn't actually barbecue them with coal, or I'm sorry, with charcoal. But this steak is medium. Teresa likes hers a little bit more on the rare side. And I've got butter and then a mixture of cheeses on top of it. And then you can see her, Teresa's crustless pepperoni pizza. Did you want to talk about how you make
I
that?
just, in a pan, put sauce, Rayo sauce, and a very little amount. Lots of mozzarella, and then pepperonis, and then everything bagel seasoning.
Yep. And then we've got our farm fresh eggs. Did we do farm fresh tonight?
We're back to having
back.
a dealer.
I know, this is great. So farm fresh eggs. And what do you do with the eggs? You put some cheese and stuff
I
in
just
those?
put cheese, butter, tons of butter.
Butter and cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw a thing around the corner. They're selling grass-fed egg or fresh eggs for $4 a dozen.
Yeah, one of our neighbors has got some chickens that are selling the eggs, so that's going to be super cool. All right, well, what do you have for us tonight?
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about a case study. I'm just going to read her complaints when she came in. Okay, she's 38 years old, and she said she was at a dead end with her PCP, her primary. She's having fatigue, weight gain, irregular periods. She's had abnormal thyroid blood tests. So her thyroid on, I think it was with Cox. So Cox uses LabCorp. So their range for thyroid is a little smaller than Quest. So she was out of range high on labs for her primary, which showed she had hypothyroidism. And this is about the sixth time now that I've heard this. Providers are telling patients it's hard for me to say, they don't treat thyroid until the TSH gets to 10 or above. Now for Quest, the top end is 4.5, and for LabCorp, a little bit lower. So she clearly has symptoms, which I'm going to read off to you, with thyroid disease, but they're going to wait until she's at a 10, but they'll give you an antidepressant all day long, multiple ones. But anyway.
For your deficiency.
Yeah. She's having mid-cycle bleeding, low libido, of course, cold. She's cold-natured now. She used to not be. That's because thyroid is an issue. And then they put her on Prozac a long time ago. And every time she tries to go off, she gets rage and cannot. And that is what they do not tell women when they put you on antidepressants for whatever reason. My kid's turning 5, my kid's turning 15, my kid's driving, my husband's annoying me, I have a stress. It doesn't matter what. When they put you on these antidepressants, they don't give you an informed consent of all of the side effects. So number one, women usually have low libido after about age 30. It makes you have sexual dysfunction and makes you gain weight. No one wants to get naked if they don't feel like they look good. So there's all these other problems, but they do not tell you that it is, I don't want to say impossible, but very difficult to get off of once you get on. I ran her labs, and I am going to diagnose her with also Hashimoto's. So, excuse me, she definitely has thyroid disease, but she also has Hashimoto's, which providers don't care about. We treat it the same, but if you have an autoimmune disorder, that means your gut health is not good, and it is a doorway to other autoimmune conditions, so it's nice to know. But anyway, her metabolic status. Okay, she's not hugely overweight. I forgot. Oh yeah, she's 206 pounds and 5'4". So she has weight to lose, but she's 38. So this is what's saving her so far. But her A1C, which is all corporate medicine, the establishment will run if they would, but she's kind of young. They probably wouldn't. Her A1C is 4.9. Anything below 5.7 is fine, is on labs. I like it 5.0 and below. So she's 4.9. So you would think, gosh, she's perfect. However, her fasting glucose is 91, which is also good. You want it under 99, but her insulin is 13.9. Now on the Quest ranges, that is normal. 18.4 and above is abnormal. But all you have to do is Google HOMAIR, Homair. It's an insulin resistance score. and put in your fasting glucose and your fasting insulin. So that's what we do at the office. We're not like brainiacs. We just use Google. And her insulin resist, her home IR score is 3.1. Anything above 3 is considered significant insulin resistance. But they're going to miss it all day long because the A1C is all they care about. And that is completely normal. There are people that would kill for an A1C of 4.9. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. It just makes me wonder, and I said this to Mark very sarcastically, and he's like, I feel like there is something like this probably, but do we teach gaslighting 101 now in provider schools? Because you can list all, I was just saying to him, I could never look at someone as they're telling me the symptoms, like just the ones I just read off to you, and say, that's probably in your head. Oh, and you're a mom of 2. That's motherhood, and you're getting old. Like, I could never say that. And I was telling him, I don't even know the word besides rude and mean. I don't even know the word for it. So, but all they care about in the establishment is when they can give you a pill, and they cannot give you a pill for hemoglobin A1C of 4.9 or fasting glucose of 9.1.
So what will happen to this person who comes in and sees their practitioner? They're only looking, the practitioner's only looking at their hemoglobin A1C. And we know that that's a late stage marker. So what's going to happen with this person after they get gaslighted if they don't find another practitioner who's willing to do what you're doing with them?
She'll go along and get along until she finally gets an A1C again. And I don't think it's routine to do an A1C on a woman this young or a person this young, but she'll go along and get along until she's probably 45 or 50. And then her A1C will be pre-diabetic, and they'll put her on metformin.
But then it's too late.
And they'll say, gosh, you're suddenly pre-diabetic.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though she's been trending that way for over a decade.
Right. So if I just said 50 and she's 38 now, that's 12 years she's doing damage. So she knows she needs to do something. She's just kind of like what everyone is. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to give her thyroid, of course. I'm going to give her progesterone. I'm going to give her testosterone and a few other supplements. And then we're going to change her eating. And she's getting close to 40. She needs a weighted vest. If you have resistance training, if you have osteoporosis, you need a weighted vest. I mean, you got to do some stuff too. Food is great. Hormones are great. Those together, fabulous. Nuclear bomb. Like, you can't go wrong. Yeah. But if you're a menopausal woman doing everything correct, when your hormones are off, it is difficult to lose weight. And so hormones can really help.
The good news is on the dietary changes side is, you can eat as much as you want of meat, fish, chicken, and eggs. So you literally could eat that all day long, especially at the beginning of your journey, and that will not cause you to put on fat. So that's the good thing, and you can eat as much of that throughout the day as you need to keep yourself full. So when you're in the situation like people who start this way of eating get into where they're really hungry and they're having cravings all the time, to get over that, you have that ability is to eat those things that I just mentioned, the meat. So when I'm talking about meat, I mean red meat specifically, and then chicken, fish, and eggs.
Yeah. You guys have got to get out of this system. The system is not doing you any favor. It is not a health system. It is a sick care system. And changing your food and your diet is what you need to do. But remember, you are addicted to processed foods. And so you will have withdrawals. Your blood sugar will be stable. So you may not be starving, but you're going to have cravings. You're going to have cravings, just like people getting off heroin and meth do. It's the same thing.
And you've got to, those cravings can't be ignored. They have to be addressed, because if you try and ignore the cravings, the hunger is going to win in the end. It doesn't matter whether it's a week or 2 weeks or 3 months, eventually hunger will win. Yeah. So you have to address that. And that's why you've got to eat highly satiating foods, high protein, high fat, and eat as much as you need to make those cravings go away. And then there's a lot of other things which go kind of beyond this video that we're doing, things that you can do as far as occupying your time, exercise, reading books.
Remember, when you eat like Ho-Hos and Twinkies, you're getting a dopamine hit. Mm-hmm. So when you go off of that, you are going to miss that dopamine hit. Yes. So that's the problem. And it's this woman is 38. That's exciting. I didn't start till I was 42. I just saw a patient yesterday who's 77. So it's never too late, but 38, that's really going to be great and exciting. And the 77-year-old, interestingly enough, is one of my patient's sisters. And she just moved here, and she was telling me that her sister is strict carnivore. Her husband, which I don't hear all this, so this was exciting. Her husband reversed his diabetes. and all they do is carnivore. Even when they go camping, they talk to everybody about carnivore. I mean, this is people that buy in for their health. So it's just fantastic.
Yeah, 100%.
So.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to drop a bunch of information down in the comments section and or the description on depending upon which social media platform you guys are using. So check that stuff out. We've got links to podcasts, our website, other people's websites, places where you can order glucose monitors, low carb cooking mixes, things like that. So make sure you check that out. If you guys appreciate what we're doing, we'd appreciate if you guys could give us, thumbs up or emojis or just make a comment or something like that. All that stuff helps us tremendously. And oh my gosh, the steak, eggs, and pizza is sitting right here in front of me. And literally my mouth is watering right now. So anyway, with all that being said, we're going to head out, guys. As always, we love you all
So much.
God bless you. We'll see you next time. And don't forget, food matters.
Bye.
Bye.